Is marriage by force? Most people ask this question people who are already in marriage, but for whatever reason they want a way out of the marriage. And so often the question creeps into their mind asking, is marriage by force? Well, indeed, marriage is not by force, but that is if you are still single. As an unmarried man, unmarried woman, marriage is not by force. As a matter of fact, marriage is not for everybody, and everybody does not have to be married. So therefore, marriage is not by force if you are still single. However, if you are married and you take the covenant of marriage, the covenant of marriage is a lifetime commitment to keep you faithful to your spouse until death. And in that context, yes, it is by force. Again, if according to the law, marriage, law in the context of the law of the land, the constitution, marriage is not by force. You can choose to divorce at will. If the both parties come to consensus and say, yes, we want to divorce, we are allowed to divorce. Even if one party feels unsatisfied with the marriage and he insists he wants a way out after a series of counseling and effort to get the couple to work it out fails, then yes, the court will allow for divorce. So in this context, yes, it's not by force. But however, when you look at marriage in the lens in which God ordained marriage to function, it's by force. Once you are in, you are expected to be submissive, to be loyal, and to be loving and caring for your spouse until death. However, having said this does not mean that you must stay in the marriage if it is toxic. Because again, the Bible allows for separation. So a man, a woman can decide to be separated from his or her spouse. However, it doesn't mean that they are divorced. So separation is allowed. Again, in the lens of as a Christian fellow who believe in God and believe in the scripture as a guide, divorce is only allowed in strict conditions, like in the case of unfaithfulness. Then yes, divorce can be applied. Or in a situation where the both parties are not Christian and they are married, and at a point one of the party chooses to become a Christian, which the other party may not be comfortable with. And so if the other party chooses to leave the marriage on ground that he won't have his partner being a Christian, it's allowed according to scripture that yes, let the fellow go. And then the other party will be allowed to be remarried in that instance. So in God's own eye, He has designed marriage to be a lifetime commitment, a bond. Therefore, before you say I do to that man or to that woman, you are expected to do your due diligence. Do your findings, do your background check. Be absolutely sure that you are pleased with the report and results you get about the character of the person you are getting married to. It matters. Don't allow love to blind you to the truth about your intending spouse. And don't make it all about yourself. It's a lifetime commitment that will determine the rest of your life. Therefore, it has to be approached with all seriousness. Do a background check. Know the family he or she is coming from. Know the kind of life he or she is living. Know what he or she has gotten his or herself involved in the past. And let all these situations guide your decision. Choose your partner wisely. Like, share, and follow my page for more of my teachings on marriage and relationships. Thank you.